Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us here at Transwest Truck Trailer RV of Frederick, Colorado. My name is Michaela. Beautiful morning we have here, but I'll be taking you guys through a brand new 2025 Logan Coach 2-horse bumper pull in their Crossfire model. Some of you may be familiar with this model. It is their economical price point, pre-packaged option. They've made these for many years, but this is going to be one of their upgraded models for their 2025s moving forward. They've done two really cool things with these trailers to make them even better at this price point. One being our upgraded heavy-duty tack room door, and then two being our upgraded heavy-duty drop-down windows on the head side. So those are two big major changes that they've done. I have owned and hauled out of one of their previous Crossfire models. This tack room door would always pop open. It was just more of a prefab door that would set a little bit looser, and you'd have to make sure you locked that deadbolt before you went anywhere because it was a little bit loose and it would just open going down the road. And those drop down head windows, they tend to flap in the wind because they were so lightweight. So those were two things that I wasn't thrilled with. Everything else on the trailer was amazing. And knowing that they've upgraded those two things, they've made this trailer so nice for this price point. So I'm real excited to show you guys these things. I'm just gonna hit my lights here for you guys so you can see all our lights here in this gray, cloudy, snowy day. But first thing first, our swing out saddle rack right here. They still have that swing out saddle rack with your blanket bars on them, which is super nice to have those items come out of your tack room versus having to step up in there. So you're gonna have your saddle bar up here, and I love your blanket bar being down here. So my tack room back at my ranch that I owned previously to where I live now, I would have this same kind of setup here in my actual tack room in my barn where I had the saddles here and then the blanket bars below. I think Schneider's made those that wall mounted, but this mimics that setup, and I loved that because whenever you're untacking your horse right here, you've got your saddle and then you've got your blankets. Now you're only going to one place. So you can come up here and just throw them on at the same time. You want to grab them both at the same time and throw them on here. You're only separating about 2 inches there. So you're gonna throw your saddle and your blanket on there together almost seamlessly. So I really liked how functional that was and that you could kind of keep them together. So when you want to go saddle your horse, you can just pull them off together as well. But it still gives your pad a separate place versus having them up here with your saddle. So it still gives them its own place to hang, helps it dry out down there, and just keeps things separated, but also close together, usable and functional right there. Swings back in for you guys, gets you access in your tack room right here. They've kept this tack room on your Crossfires a little bit smaller, so it is a little bit snug in here, but you guys can see I can still walk past my saddles if I need to. And again, they also swing out to get out of your way. If you did need to come in here and change clothes or something, you guys can kick those out of the way, but still room to get through here. If you needed to get in and access your spare tire, which is mounted in here, keeps it a lot cleaner when it's mounted in here. It doesn't take up too much space either, but this is going to be that full-size matching spare tire right here. And then over on our partition wall, we're going to have our full row of bridle hooks with carpet behind. It's that same carpet that they use on all their other trailers. It's that marine grade carpeting. It's real easy to keep clean. But what it's doing for you guys right here is protecting any equipment that you hang on these hooks. So your bridles, your halters, nose bands, tie downs, extra lead ropes, reins, bits. Even I've hung some extra bits up off of my bridle hooks, and I feel comfortable doing that because I have carpet behind, so I don't have to worry about my bits banging on metal. All your snaps on your reins and conchos, Chicago screws, all that, it's going to protect your equipment, and then it keeps it a lot quieter for your horses that are stalled on the other side of this wall. They don't hear that metal on metal banging. It's really going to deaden that noise and give them a more comfortable ride. So you have that full carpet, tons of bridle hooks right here, and then down below their vortex lining. Here's a really good view of it. This is going to be sprayed on all of their exposed metal. They also sprayed on their wood floors, which we'll check out later, but this is going to be similar to a bed liner. It's a spray on rubber material. It's a lot softer than bed liner. It's not going to hurt when you rub up against it. Some bed liner can get a little bit scratchy, but this is pretty nice stuff. You do get a limited lifetime corrosion warranty with this product, but it's doing a really great job inside your trailer of just protecting your walls. So this is going to be throughout your stall area as well, protecting your walls from your horses kicking up against it, And then it's also going to be on the exterior of your trailer, which is now protecting against the road spray. Especially today in Colorado, we know we probably have some plows out there that are spraying the roads with salt and stuff that will eat away at your metals and your vehicles. So that vortex lining being sprayed throughout your trailer. Here's a good view of it right down here as well. But they've just coated everything just to help things last longer and stay tougher for you guys. We did have a light on the inside as well as your spotlight out here. So we're gonna have good visibility inside and outside. They're not lacking anything there. I know I said it's an economical price point and they've shrunk your tack room a little bit, but you still have anything you could possibly need with this trailer. And then this door. Here's our first upgraded piece right here that they have changed. So this used to be like a rounded corner kind of camper door. Now we have the same good solid heavy duty door that we see on our other Logan trailers. It's got your square corners, gives it a good solid shut, and it will stay shut. So really appreciate and love that upgrade there. And you do have your sliding bus window built into this door, so you can still get a little bit of ventilation through your tack room right there if you need to. This door also locks if you need to, but again, now we don't really see that much of a need because these do stay shut for you. White sheeting on this trailer. We got 2 tie rings right here. So you've got tie rings right off of your tack room door. And then down below, we've got our Dexter rubber torsion axles. And we did steel wheels on this one. Again, keeping a real economical price point. This is gonna be the perfect trailer to go hit the trails with this summer. You're gonna have your brand new tires on there as well, of course, but keeping that minimal floor length here. I've had one customer in the past week at least come trade in a larger trailer for a 2-horse bumper pull to get to those trailheads a lot easier with. Here in Colorado, they do not make those trailheads very accessible for even cars, let alone rigs with horse trailers behind them. I actually passed a couple horse trailers that were at the park the other day going to my vet yesterday. They were out trail riding and enjoying the sunny weather that we had yesterday, not so much today, but if you are someone who's looking for a runaround trailer, get to the vet and get in those trailheads. This is going to be the perfect size for you guys. Up top on tail side, we do have plexiglass right there. So that is removable. So you're going to come back here with your Phillips head screwdriver, remove both of those, take off this metal trim piece, and that one sheet of plexi right there will slide out. So once we do get to that, back to that sunny weather and you want some ventilation through there, just pull that out. You'll get some really good airflow up high. Heat rises, so after a long hot trail ride, their backs are sweating and steaming off on your drive home. It's gonna just pull right out that open air gap right there and cool them off for you. And I really like how high it is too. I've hauled out of a stock trailer and it had 2 air gaps, and I would always keep my lower air gap shut with that plexi in there just to protect my horses a little bit better. So I love that this one's up high. You can get some air movement without having too much exposure to your horses there. We'll step back around to our load space here. This is going to be typically what we see on our Logan trailers. We've got our 2 50/50 doors with that vortex lining sprayed down low there. Our step up, though, just so you guys are aware, we can add ramps here through our service department. They love to do add-ons for you guys. They can add ramps, they can add stall fans, they can add stall cameras. I was thinking about that yesterday, driving my horses to the vet. It was really windy, so I knew the wind was blowing my trailer, but still gives me just a little bit of a scare. I don't have cameras in mine, and that's what I was thinking, was maybe this spring I'd bring it in and get those cameras installed just to give me peace of mind so I could see my horses back there in my trailer when the wind did shift it and know they weren't causing any trouble back there. So our service department can do that for me. They can do it for you guys as well. Pulling up our rubber mats right here so you guys can see. This is a wood floor, but it is sprayed with that vortex lining. So you guys can see that black coating that we were talking about is sprayed on your wood here as well. What that's going to do for you guys back here is add longevity to your floor. So I was talking about that again. I'm giving you guys real life experience. I was chatting with my husband yesterday about that, and he's giving me trouble for putting shavings in my trailer. And I said, I'm just trying to protect my floor because my boys, they like to pee in the trailer, especially after they've been sedated at the vet. So I run shavings in my trailer just to soak up that urine and protect my floor. Your vortex lining back here is doing that for you guys on this trailer. It's protecting that wood, so when your urine does hit it, if it seeps through that shavings and seeps through your seams here and gets down to that wood floor, that vortex lining is giving it a really good protectant for you. Stepping up in here, we've got one single partial divider. It is padded, and it is not a telescoping one. So this is full one solid piece. Please note that this divider is not going to fit within your stall area with this door shut. You're gonna have to open your doors, load your horses, and unload your horses this way, but that's giving you guys one less moving piece to worry about. So this divider is solid. It's not ever gonna fail with that telescoping piece for you, and padded on both sides, giving it a really good protectant. My trailer does not have padding. I unloaded my boys yesterday after their 2-hour trailer ride to and from the vet, and they had those big aluminum rub marks on them. So I know they lean on their dividers, and they would appreciate some padding on there, especially in that stop and go traffic that we were dealing with yesterday. So all the way up front here, we'll step up, and you guys will notice that we do have 3 D-rings. You're gonna have just a metal bar up front, but you do have your 2 D-rings here, so you can install a corner feeder, any standard size. You know, Weaver and Professional's Choice both make great ones for in here. Any ranch supply store is gonna have them, but standard size right here, get you guys a corner feeder if you wanna feed out of your trailer. You do also have 1 tie ring per stall. Our shop, if you want to, and I've had customers do it in these Logans, is adding a second tie ring on either side here, whichever side works best. But if you did want a second tie ring, we can do that. Then you guys have the versatility of hanging a hay net or a hay bag off one and tying your horse to the other. I actually run trailer ties in mine, so if you want to just hang a trailer tie in here, use some twine, clip your trailer tie to it, and then you still have tons of room there for a hay net or a hay bag. And then drop down windows on our head side with our jail bars. These ones do not have the screens built in. So on your Crossfire models, note, you just have your jail bars right here, but that's how my trailer is at home that I run personally, just has the drop down jail bars. I suppose we could look at some options. If you guys wanted to add screens, we could take a look and see what that looks like for you guys. But you still have the jail bars to protect, so you know that your horses can't get their noses out and stick their heads out as they're driving down the road. Keeps them in, keeps them contained, and protects them that way. And then we've got 2-way roof vents over each stall, so you're gonna have that on each one. They do open the 2 directions, so you can push them open backwards back here. This is what I typically do. I'll run that one open backwards, so it's pushing air out of there, and then this one up front I open forwards. So this one's drawing air in, and then this one's pushing it out. Gives it really good airflow across their backs. If it's like today's too cold to open up all these airflow options, just do those and get some air movement through there for them. Just aluminum sheeted roof up here, but we are on a galvanized steel frame with these Logans. Interior stall lights, which I have not flipped on, but we do have interior stall lights in here to get you guys some visibility in here. If you are loading and unloading in the dark, gives your horses some confidence as you step in to that load space right here. And then as I close that divider, I wanted to point out that behind this divider is a little piece of foam back there. So what that's going to do for you guys is just eliminate some more metal on metal contact and give that a nice snug spot to rest, so it's not going to vibrate back there. Again, keeping your ride a little bit quieter for your horses. "50-50 doors back here with that weather strip in the middle, so you can close either one, doesn't matter. Tail lights back here that do have one little reverse light built in each one as well. Just a good indicator when you are putting that trailer in reverse. Stepping around to our head side over here. 2 tie rings on this side as well, so you guys can tie up off either side. And then those drop down windows on our head side. So that's gonna be that second upgrade that I talked about on our new and improved Crossfire models that I really appreciate, having hauled out of one myself, are these windows here. And I was hauling my trailer yesterday, and I think that's a little bit stiff right now for not being used, but I hauled mine yesterday and I looked in my side view mirror constantly, and I never saw my windows move because they are this heavier square type window that locks into place. So on previous Crossfire models, it was more of that rounded edge black plastic material. So when you did drop them down, I would always used to see these guys just like waving in the wind like this. Now these are gonna lock into place. They're nice solid windows. They're gonna stay there. So when you drive down the road, they're gonna stay put. And then we have those built-in jail bars here that are going to keep your horse's heads in there, but they still do top out of there. If you did need to drop those down, get in there, fill those corner feeders, offer them some water, untie them before you go to unload them, that sort of thing. You still have access right there. Those will pop back in there. And then your window slams shut, gives it a nice solid shut, real sturdy. This is gonna look the same as all our other Logan trailers. This bar right here, we had someone call in the other day and ask how that works. I know it looks weird, you think you maybe want to pull on it or something like that. All you're gonna do is pull straight down. And what that's doing is giving you guys better accessibility versus having to reach way up here. I can reach way up here because I'm 6 feet tall. A lot of people don't have the ability to reach way up here. So this is gonna drop it a good 12 inches right there for you guys. So you just gotta reach here, pull straight down, and that unlocks your window. But now they're gonna stay up, they're gonna stay in place. Nice, good, solid, heavy duty. So 2 really good upgrades right there that I have noticed and loved and appreciated on these new Crossfire models, and something that you guys would find useful as well. And I mentioned this is on your galvanized steel frame, so galvanized being less likely to rust and corrode, coated in your vortex lining, and then aluminum sheeted skin. So good strength capacity. I've owned a Logan. It's very solid, good, structurally well-built trailer. I've hauled it all through the mountains of Colorado. Never had an issue. And then not super heavy because you do still have that aluminum skin on this trailer. But you're brand new on this one. So you're getting an 8-year structure warranty and then 2-year hitch to bumper warranty. Limited lifetime corrosion warranty with your vortex lining. This one is still available. I know we have this in a 3-horse model, and then we also have it in a 3-horse gooseneck model as well. So if you guys are looking for a nice, compact, well-built, economically priced trailer ready to hit the road, get into your vets that have narrow entrances, get into those trailheads that have the tighter parking lots as well, this is going to be a great option for you guys. This one is still available. We've got those other options I mentioned. If you have any questions, you want to reference the stock number, it's 5N250317. Again, your 2025 Logan Coach Crossfire. I would love to help you guys out and answer any more questions for you guys and get you in your perfect trailer for this spring. My name is Michaela Hall. My contact info is on your screen. That cell phone you guys can call or text is 303-918-6367, or shoot me an email at michaela.hall@transwest.com. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Happy Friday. Have a great weekend. See y'all next week.